Year 10 Polynomial Exam Practice, Question 19. The function of x is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 12. The remainder when f of x is divided by x plus k is 3 times as large as when f of x is divided by x minus k. Determine the possible values for k. So the first thing I need to think about here is my understanding of the remainder theorem. So my understanding of the remainder theorem is I divide by this and I look at, well, how do I make this 0? I make this 0 by making x negative k. If I divide by negative k, I will be left with my remainder. So based on that, I am going to evaluate by using my negative k. So that just means I'm going to substitute negative k for whenever I have x. So I've got x squared, so negative k squared. Take away 4 times x, so 4 times negative k, plus 12. Now I know this is equal. It says is 3 times as large as when f of x is divided by x minus k. So my remainder here is 3 times as large as my other remainder. So I'm just going to say that this is equal to my remainder, and it's 3 times r. I'm then going to use my other equation. And it says, if I divide by x minus k, which means my function I'm going to be evaluating with k to make that 0. So if I substitute that in, it becomes k squared minus 4 times k plus 12, and that gives me my remainder. So that's showing me that whatever that r is, this one here is 3 times that amount, and that's my remainder. So that's the best way that we are able to work this out. Now I just need to simplify both of my equations. So negative k times negative k is positive k squared. Negative and times negative is positive 4k plus 12 is equal to 3r. Likewise over here, this gives me, and I know it gives me k squared minus 4k plus 12 is equal to r. To make it easier, I'm going to substitute this in for r. So I'm left with just k. So let's have a look at that. That means I am going to rewrite this of k squared plus 4k plus 12 equals 3. I have r, so I'm putting it in here. K squared minus 4k plus 12. I then need to expand my right-hand side. So 3 times k squared is 3k squared. 3 times negative 4k is negative 12k. And 3 times 12 equals 36. Now, I can see I'm going to get a quadratic. So that just means I'm going to get everything over to my right-hand side and make this side equal to 0. So to make this side equal, I am taking k squared away from both sides. I'm taking 4x away and I'm taking 12. So if I take k squared, I'm left with 2k squared. If I take 4k, negative 12, take 4 equals negative 16k. Then I have take away 12. 36 take away 12 is 24. Now I can see I've got a quadratic. Before I solve this, the first thing I'm going to think about is there's a common factor of 2. So I am going to divide everything by 2 and take out that common factor. So that gives me k squared, take away 8k, half of 24 is 12. The next thing I need to do is think about, with a quadratic, I'm looking at two numbers that are times together to equal c. Well, I'm thinking of 3 and 4, but it'll be -3 and -4 equals 12, but it doesn't equal 8. So then I need to change. Well, but 2 and 6, -2 and 6 do add up to my b. So now that allows me to rewrite this as k take away 2, k take away 6. That gives me two possible values. Two possible values of k. And that is k can be equal to 2, because if this is equal to 2, then everything is 0. Or k can be equal to 6. So there's two possible solutions here.